backup amp case. And it is upside down too. I keep all the support equipment with it. There. Let's turn it around. Okay. Power cable. Who cares? This is really nifty. Banana plug to 1/4 inch. This amp is a pretty weak one, but if you bridge it, you get a lot of good power out of it. You can almost get 1,000 watts bridged. And then this is my chingadera for the signal. It's a BNC cable to an RCA to the 1/4 inch. And then on the other end, we have a RCA splitter. So it goes to the output of my mixer in the zone, or the monitor side, and I get both the left and the right. Comes down into one channel in, 2 speakers out on the bridge. So I love that. Everything stays there with that. Okay, moving on. This one is the next case to fail. This is a Harbor Freight tool case. It has the miniature diamond plate thing on it with the extruded aluminum corners. And I discovered in another case that once these aluminum corners or edges start to fail, there's no stopping it. And look, right there, it started to get hung up on stuff. And that's from overstuffing it, overpacking case to case to case. And so when you go to pull it out, it snags on the bottom of something or whatever. But either way, now that that has started, there's no saving it. But it's a really neat case. Holds my View 1.1s and my Scrim. They provide for a nice cushion to protect it, and of course more O clamps. Alright, now we're on to my second favorite case, another Harbor Freight special. These have an updated aluminum corners. They're rounded. They're much smoother. They have less of a snag potential, and I have not yet lost one of these cases due to damage. It's pretty nice. But this particular one is called my gig box. It's got my speaker cables, my newly added music, extension cords, and then way down here at the bottom, my micro Galaxian. I don't use it all the time, but it's nice to have it, and since it's so small, it just fits so lovely in here. So this is my gig box. It has all the stuff I need for there. DMX cables for my Rain 38s. Two 100-foot speaker cables. It's kind of hard to get them in there just right. The important thing is that you don't pinch the cables. I mean, yeah, you can make sure that this doesn't get pinched, but what about on the back side? They shifted. My little army of O clamps. That's better. Now here's the Eternal cases. The Eternal cases, we'll talk about wheels in a minute. This is a neat little thing I started doing with these IEC cords. I group them in 10 and just tie a big giant knot. Very easy to handle, very easy to undo if you need one, if you need two, if you need them all. It works really well. It's a whole lot better than 30 individual cables, you know, or 30 individual little coils. It works out very, very well. The Stellar 60. Love it. This rubber band is an addition of mine. Some people say no need, no bother. Doesn't, who cares? But I think it does a lot of good. It stops it from swiveling around, because if I pull this off, then it just falls sideways or goes down like that. And when I go to pull the case off, maybe this nice little plastic grabs on the side of the case and pushes it down, or twists it around. With the rubber band, I don't really have to worry about that too much. So what I really love about this case is I'm not just removing the top and digging into it. You know, we're removing most of the case. I mean, it's a great design. It's much better than it being reversed and it being like that and having to reach in there and pull the 60s out, because I think that would kind of suck. So, cases. Lots and lots of cases. This is a tackle box. No way, right? But it's just for remote control car parts. I've had this case for over 10 years, and I'm not into cars a whole lot anymore because I have kids and cars are really expensive. But you know, this is all the stuff that I still have, and it's just kind of survived. But that's a really handy case back when I was racing. Alright. You might say, oh, that's just a toolbox. Actually, it's a time capsule. Look at that. 11th grade. Wow, that was ugly. 12th grade. When was this? This was before I joined the Navy, right there. Anyway, lots of memories in that box. Alright, now these little cases here. This one, I was cleaning out my truck and had a bunch of screws, so I put them in this case, right? This is not a business card holder. This is my Square, my credit card reader. I can take credit cards using my smartphone with this thing. That's pretty neat too. Alright, now I got that idea from my pool party games. Remember this bucket? These two Frisbees here, I can't believe I've had them this long, but these two Frisbees have a rubber edge. So if it hits something or someone, it's not going to hurt too bad. So I really made a great effort to hang on to these. I can't find them anymore. They do really good, but this floaty, I inflate it just enough, and I put it inside the cone, and I can throw the cone in the water, and if I have just the right amount of air, the water level will be here, and this will stick up out of the water. Of course, it rights itself because of the weight down there, so it'll just sit there and float. It's pretty neat. Here is what I was telling you about. I got the idea from my pool party games. These are actual plastic playing cards. What comes around